The other night I hit a deer and sheared my mirror directly off my car. So I thought I would take a minute to show you how to replace this mirror. This happens to be the inside cover. And there's a little plastic plug right here I've already taken out. There's a screw behind it that you have to take loose. You have to also take loose the door panel. There's a screw here. It's a Phillips screw. Then there are two on the side panel that need to come loose. There's one here and there's one down here. You pop those loose and that will give you a little bit of movement in your inside door cover. And the reason you need to do that is because this gives you access to the mirror bolts that are made onto the mirror, and I'll show you that in a moment. This is the mirror that I purchased at a local junkyard. You can see my car is more red and this mirror is actually kind of a burgundy, but it's the closest thing they had, and it cost me 30 bucks for that and for the inside cover, because I originally had broke mine. This one has a little speaker that was made onto that door cover I showed you a moment ago, and that's okay. I don't know if my car will have the wiring harness for this speaker or not, but you know, at this point I don't necessarily care how it looks as much that it is a functional mirror. You need three basic tools to cover. You need three basic tools for this job. You need a 7/16 ratchet for the nuts that hold the cover and the mirror on. You need your ratchet. You need a Phillips screwdriver. And then you also need a little small nut driver. Sorry, I'm not sure what size this is, maybe 1/4 inch. And that will let you take the cover off itself. First thing I'm going to do is go ahead and loosen these two screws here and right here. I removed the first two. You can see what size they are. Now I'm going to remove this one here, which is here by the hinges. You can see I have the screw started. Go ahead and remove it. And now I can take another screwdriver and kind of pry loose on this, on these clips, and it will come out. You can see how the whole door kind of pulls apart. It's kind of hard to hold the camera and do this. Okay, I have this pulled apart, and I don't need to take it all the way off. All I need is just enough to give me access to these screws. That's the only thing I need. And I've already taken the screw out of this one. And now you can see there's some holes here. My wires and stuff go through. There's another screw down here at the bottom that I would need to take loose. So I'll go and do that next. As you can see, I have removed the plastic piece. And what you have is your wires, and you have a couple pieces of tape that hold on the bolts that hold the mirror. So you're going to have to take those off, and what we'll use is some duct tape to put back over these places. All they are just kind of something to help block any wind noise that may come in. So having them there is really no big deal. Okay, so that's the next thing we'll do. The wiring, there's a wiring harness. I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but basically you have to get your hands down in there and take the wires loose from the wiring harness itself. And also I used a 1/4 inch wrench to access, my nut driver was not going on, to access this little bolt here to have my plastic piece on. Okay, I have removed everything. I've removed the leftover broken bolts. So now I'm going to go ahead and put the new mirror on so you can see how it sticks through and how you go ahead and bolt it on. So now my mirror is setting in place. Obviously it doesn't match the collar. So now I'm going to go back and go ahead and screw in, put the nuts on my studs. You can see my studs from my mirror sticking through here. There's one back here and there's one right here. Since this is the easiest two to do, I'll do these two here first. Okay, I have my 3 nuts started. All 3 of them are started. Just need to go ahead and tighten them up. And I need to connect my wiring harness back down inside my door. Okay, I have my nuts tightened, and you want to be sure that you do not over tighten them. I have my wires reconnected down in my wiring harness. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to put my new cover, a new inside cover, which contains a little speaker. And my car does not have the wiring for these speakers. But like I said, since I broke my other one, I'm going to go ahead and use the one with the speaker. As you can clearly see, the design of these are the same, so it doesn't matter, they're interchangeable. You can see here that I went ahead and put in the one screw, and I have finger started the other one right here. And I'm actually going to go ahead and use a 1/4 inch wrench to put on this and tighten it, simply because it's easier. You want to be sure and put this in place before you put your cover on, help block any wind noise. I'm going to reuse this one because it's still nice and sticky and should stay in place. The other piece of tape I took off, I'm actually going to use a piece of duct tape for. Here's my duct tape. I'm going to tear a piece off, put over this spot right here so that I can block any possible wind noise. Okay, I have popped my door back in place, and now I'm just going to put these 3 screws back in I took out. Okay, with my door panel back attached, the only thing I have left to do is go ahead and put my cover on. And as you can see, this just has little clips. This clips in place. And that's it. That's how you replace the mirror. Well, the mirror may be a different color. It's as close as I could get. Much better than having no mirror. Thanks for watching. I hope this video helps you.